There he is. There he is, folks. Ha ha! What's going on, boys and girls? How's all you fisher people doing? Hey, I'm doing good. We here. We just got to the lake. We gonna put in. We got some pretty decent current today. They're pulling the lake down, so maybe a little interesting. But we coming off some warm weather. It's about to cool off on us again. Wintertime catfishing. We going for blue cats today, and we gonna be anchored down, cut skipjack, and let's see what we can put in the boat. So y'all welcome to come along for the ride. Kick back, relax, and I will take care of the rest. I'll see y'all shortly. Y'all hang tight. All right, folks, so here's what I'm looking for is your bait fish up high and your big fish below feeding. All right, so again, I'm coming off of this flat area. This is all a big flat with a gradual slope, and here's your ledge. And this is exactly a scenario for wintertime fishing that I like to find. These are all catfish feeding below these shad. And as you can see, it'll black out, put me in 26 feet of water, when in all actuality, I'm in 65 feet of water. But that's what I'm trying to set up on. Areas like this. As long as you find your shad in these numbers, you're going to find some active catfish. Now, the downside is sometimes these fish are fed up, where they've been eating so much they're really not feeding anymore. So you'll mark them, but they're not active. So just gotta hope that they fire up. I got a little shallow, and we'll get a little further out, see when it drops down what we're looking at. There again, all these fish on this drop is most likely feeding catfish. So I'm gonna search for some bigger marks and set up on them, and see what we come up with. All right, folks, it is warming up. And we're gonna give this spot about 45 minutes to an hour. Gonna give it a little more time than I usually would today, as I feel like these fish have been feeding big time on these shad, and I'm gonna wait for some active fish to move in and get up on this flat over here, and hopefully they hit me first. But that's the plan today. We're gonna stick with these ledges right off of these flats, anchored though. It's good areas to drag in when you have a lack of current, but we don't have that today, so we're gonna be anchor fishing. Hopefully we get on something good. There's a bite right there. We're gonna lead him. Got him. Fish on. Got him, folks. Yes, sir. Gotta break the ice somewhere. Might as well be right there. Oh yeah. Didn't take too long, huh? What have we got here? Pretty slow about biting, I'll tell you that. Yeah. That's a decent little blue. Not bad, not bad. Yes, sir. Hello, darling. Come on aboard. Yeah. He is packed. I'm talking, he is packed. Don't worry, buddy. We're going to let you go. That's burping. Good to go. Good to go. There we go. First fish of the day, not bad. There you have it. Not too bad, folks. Getting it started. All right. Let's put this pretty cold thing back. Try to keep her going. Y'all hang tight. I recommend fresh bait if you can get it, whether it's shad, skipjack, bluegill, it really doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. Fresh is always better. And again, depending on where you live, it may be harder for you to get a hold of fresh skipjack. So just throw a cast net and get you some shad. Or fish some worms and get some bluegill or whatever you got. Sucker's good. All different baits tend to work at the right time and place. So whatever you're using, make sure it's fresh if you can. And conditions we've had a big shad kill. So we have a ton of shad that we're dealing with. So I'm gonna cut some smaller baits, but I always put out a big bait or two, be it a head or half a skipjack, something like that. So for my preferences, I'm gonna cut straight across the gut pocket, because to me, once these guts are out of this gut pocket, once those fish pick these out, if you happen to be in channel catch or smaller blues or yellow bass, they pick these guts out and all you have left is that. You're not going to catch fish on that. So personally, I rarely fish it unless I think I got a chance at big flatheads or the blues are super active. But on a slower bite, I get rid of this. So that's out of the equation. And I'm gonna just chunk these up. I'm gonna cut straight across, fillet that side, get rid of this tail. And I'm gonna cut these just little chunks. Get this fin out of the way. And there you go. This is gonna be one bait. And then I'm gonna chunk them up, see what they prefer. I may change later to some straight across cuts instead of chunking them up, depending on how the bite goes. And I'll put these guts in one of these baits. In other words, like I said, they'll hit this cut bait no matter what. That gut pocket, the outside of it, they won't. A million times you reel in, there's nothing left but that empty gut pocket, and you could have had a fishable bait out there. So what I'm gonna do is go through the skin on the first run. And I'm gonna hook this starting with the belly a couple of times, just thread it on. I'm gonna leave that hanging because it's really not gonna hook all that well anyway. Hook it one more time, that's it, leave that hanging. and then fasten it with one more piece. And there you go. Just like that. I'm using a J hook so I can set the hook. Because again, only time I use circle hooks is when it's fast current. And I know those fish are going to be aggressive, hit the bait, and keep running with the current. So the hook will set itself. The lake I fish a lot, back home, current or not, these fish are real lethargic. Typically, I do much better leading the fish and setting the hook. So that's why y'all see me do that so much. The head, I pretty much always go in one of these slits and out the top through the lips like that. And then my other 2 rods, I'm fishing 4 rods today. Again, I am using J hooks, as you can see, octopus style J hooks. And I'm just going to thread these pieces on cubes, you know, just like that, and pack it up. And there we go. If I find the bite is slow and they're real picky, sometimes I'll cut these down into a quarter of the size they are right now. And it's a smaller presentation, and you tend to hook up a lot more if you cut these down and thread them on. But there you go. That's how I'm baiting. One thing about it, if they don't feel the resistance, they're gonna keep on feeding. And these fish are lethargic because the water temperature is cold. They don't have to feed as often. I think their metabolism slows way down. Now when the come and get it sign is blinking and they're feeding heavy, yeah, it don't matter. They're going to jam that rod. But more times than not, I'll see that tip hit and ease down and just come right back up. And I promise you, the areas I set up on, I'm fishing for big blues. There he goes again. Now I flipped this lever and got to the rod before he ever felt the pressure of this rod. He's still there. Just barely moving off. We'll get him. I'm not in no rush. I've been doing this for too long, folks. I mean, I love a big takedown, don't get me wrong. Nothing gets the blood flowing like that sucker just start easing down and just flatten out and start peeling drag. But I don't see it that often where I fish. Tennessee River and good current, that's a different ball game, you know. When you suspend fish a lot, you know, those rods will start easing down and just start cranking, tearing drag. That's that same bite. But a lot of those times, if you're really watching your rods and not just listening for drag to start peeling, you'll see those rods flex down and come back up and just let it go. Or it'll start easing down and just come on up. And people's like, oh, he mustn't have had the bait. No, he had the bait. He felt the resistance and he wasn't hooked. There's another one. Barely moving with that rod tip. I'm gonna get to him before he bows it, and I'm gonna lead him. Time this tip gets to the water, I'm gonna set the hook. And if he drops it, he drops it. That's fine. I'd rather him drop it and keep feeding than not get hooked and I don't even ever have a chance to catch him. That's like I figured. These fish have fed. That one I just caught was completely packed. So I'm really watching these rods like a hawk. And I'll get to these rods before they ever bow over. And I'll lead these fish and I'll set the hook. And we'll get them. we go. Here we go. Got him. Fish on, folks. And we got a barge coming at us. Got a fish on. And a barge coming right at you. This is where these trolling motors pay off, is right here. Nice little blue cat. And we good. I don't know if y'all can see this or not, but I can see, looking at that barge, looking at the back of his barge, I can see that back left corner. So I know he's going that way. So I'm good to go right here. I'd have probably been fine where I was, but I'm not going to take that chance. That'd be stupid. But that's what you look for, is that back left corner as he's coming towards you, and you know he's cutting that way. Or if you're on that side, you're looking for the back right corner. It tells you he's going the opposite way. So we're good to go. Let's land this dude and get repositioned. Ooh. But when they blow at you, you best get out of the way. Hard to see him with the sun in my face. Hell. Nice fish. Here we go. Dude's right at 20. Nice fish. Heck yeah. That's why we always give it that last 30 minutes. As he literally bit right at 28 minutes. So I typically on the slow bite, I'm going to give it 30 minutes after each fish before I pick up and move. Got us one more. Heck yeah. He is gone. So we'll let this guy get past us here. And we're going to change spots anyway. Let's try something a little bit different. Man, I miss this kind of fishing. Wintertime, deep water, hey, you never know. This is where, you know, anything's possible. Usually your fish are a little more congregated, and I feel better about a really big fish, you know. Whereas summertime, you get a lot of teeners and 8 to 10 pounders, which is all good. I mean, I like catching any fish. You know me, I love it. I don't discriminate. But I do, there's something about knowing there's a chance at something really big, you know, that just kind of gives you a different element of excitement. Got him. Fish on. Got him, folks. Now I know y'all seen that fish grab that bait and set it down. I watched him do it 3 times. Maybe not the same fish. Maybe the same fish, I don't know. But this particular fish literally picked it up and let it go. He came right back. I flipped the lever and let him take some line, and here we go. That's why I lead fish. Dang, it's windy. Windy day. Uh-oh. Getting serious on me. Pulling some drag. Yeah. Yes, sir. Feels like a pretty good one. Feels like a nice one. I thought they'd be through here, all these shad stacked up like they are. That's a solid fish there, folks. Oh, yeah. Woo. Dang. Oh, he digging. Take some drag, baby. Take some drag. Really? Tell me how you really feel about it there, buddy. Heck yeah. Well, he's going on the other side of the boat. Get out of there. There we go. Solid fish. Mid-20s, I'd say. Very nice. Very nice. Hello, beautiful. Open up and say ah. There we go. Ah. Folks, I love this stuff. Hope y'all like it as much as I do. Here we go. Mid-20s, 25. Nice fish. Heck yeah. We getting there. What a day, what a day. Let's put this dude back. Woo! All right, let's bait up and see what else we got coming our way. There he is. There he is, folks. Ha ha! Nice. Very nice. It's a lot better there. Heck yeah. Feels like a nice one. Yeah. Take some drag, buddy. By all means. Heck yeah. There he goes. On down the ledge. Feels like a good one. Ah, there we go. We'll take it. Decent fish. That's a nice blue cat there. Put the old net on that boy. Believe he's in the 30-pound club, folks. Ah. Woo! That's a fat dude right there. Ooh, fatty. Fatty boom batty. Fish been eating well, folks. 30 on the nose. Good looking fish. Old fat belly. Been a long day. We're going to end it on this one. Hope you guys had a good time coming out here with me. Like I say, you got to play around with your bait sizes, really. Most of these fish hit small baits. Anyway, hope y'all had a good time. Hope you guys like the content I've been putting out.
Let me get this guy back. If you don't mind and haven't yet, hit that thumbs up, like, subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that. And if you have already, I want to say thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Until I see you guys out here again, whenever you're out here on the water, hey, be safe. Be courteous to others. Enjoy yourself. Have a good time when you're out here. And hey, good luck. I'll see y'all soon.